light shaman. Are you experiencing unpleasant energies in your home and surroundings and waking up in the middle of the night? My work involves clearing individuals, homes, and communities. Contact me at www.lightshaman.earth and I would be happy to help.
And greetings, sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. How are we doing? Are we 5 by 5? 5 by 5 in the audio, sonically, audio file. How you doing there, Huna Tamaki?
I'm wonderful as always. How are you, Huna?
Like to welcome everybody. What an incredible, beautiful sunny day out here, right out here. I should be at the beach, right? The beach is just down the road here, Caribbean Sea. Now, that's not just a beach. That's not just any old beach. That's the Caribbean Sea, white sands, where the sand never gets hot and only stays lukewarm, even at 40 degrees Celsius. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I guess I'll be out there this week. Got a little exercising I've got to do and get out there and start working out and get ready for it, right? I've been enjoying my slumber. And I know people are just starting to get into their slumber, right? Their hibernation. Starting to get cool up there in Europe. It's probably blizzarding in Canada already. It's probably cool over there in Norway, yes. Or Tawaho, Huna wa Tawaho, there in Oslo, Norway. Let me just say hello to those of you who have been here waiting. And Rastafarian, good to see you again. Welcome. Ja Rastafari, Irie. Matete, Ja Rastafari, Matete. Louise, Northern California, wah. Birgit, wah Huna, wah. Karen, Pelachati, is it? Welcome. Huna, Kawasa Kuya over there in Hawaii. You're over there in Kauai in Hawaii. You know, Kawasa Kuya, and then we also have a Tawaka Kuya. That's Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr's Huna is Tawaka Kuya. We felt we had to, in addition, add Kuya because of the grandmother. Starseed Energy, wah to you over there in Pueblo, Colorado. Carolyn over there to you. Trust you're hearing everything okay. That's nice. You haven't had anything else to say, but hi, that's pretty cool. No problems, no issues over there. The dot connector, hello. Wah is the Lemurian sound for much love. Okay, so we go the levels a little bit deeper than aloha, a little bit beyond. the current, the recent sounds of Polynesia and back into Lemuria. So Wawa. Mahari wa ata. Wawa nui to you over there in Uta. And Uta in the land of the Paiutes and the Uta, people of the Uta. Yeah, where the Mormons had taken over and decimated the tribes over there in Uta. I just had to say that. I had to say that. That's a bit of history for you. Okay, where the Mormons decimated the Uta. Okay, Conception Benson, hello, Wawa. We say Johan Dupree over there, and now, Johan, are you? Yes, South Africa. I tip my hat to South Africa. One point was in it. We had an opportunity. We had a few opportunities. The All Blacks, New Zealand had a few opportunities to win it for a fifth time. But, you know, we have to always allow other countries to enjoy that limelight too, right? It was an amazing game. I watched it live yesterday. Yes, absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you. It was a great spirit. Absolutely. You know, the All Blacks started in the first few minutes, we were down 14 men. So we lost a man, played the whole game with 14 men, basically 60 plus minutes, 70 minutes, the whole game, 14 men. Now, and we managed to hold South Africa by 1 point out. So it was what was the score? Was it 12-13?
At the end,
Yeah.
it was 12-11.
12 to 11. 1 point, 14 men down to run the ball for 70 minutes. That's incredible. And I made a post. I said, the All Blacks played they fought like my ancestors. They fought like my ancestors, you know, outnumbered, but still. And remember, we were never colonized. I'm going to remind Africa of that, because Credo Mutwa, the great shaman, who was a lover of the Maori people, also knew this, that we were not colonized. We did, however, create a treaty between my people and the British people. Okay, the Maori and the British. There's only a couple of nations in the world that were not colonized, not defeated by war. That's a whole nother story. Okay, anyway, enjoyed the game. Thanks for being here, Johan Dupree. Louise, 5x5, cool. Huna Watawaho from Oslo, Norway. Quantum Creations. Hello there, Huna. Quantum Creations, what is your Huna? Did you not get sealed? I thought you got sealed. No? Rowdy Wood. Rowdy Wood, that's kind of... I could play a lot of things on that, but 5x5, Digital Soldiers, Rowdy Wood. Huna Hirimata. Huna Wawa Huna Hirimata. And Huna Hitu Mata. Brother and sister here right now from the land of the Nethers. Got to chat a bit about this. This is the subject, kind of a continued subject from the last conversation. Wawa to you there in the land of Hull. Yeah, let's clean up the trash. That's for sure. Sounding okay. That's great. Thank God for the Patriots. Sure. Thank God for the Patriots everywhere, all over the world. And Sacred Lee, greetings to you. You're from South Africa. Lee, whereabouts in South Africa are you? We have Hunas in South Africa, and I'm due to have more meetings back in Africa. We were in Africa recently. I've been to Africa a lot, but we've got more things to do over there. It's becoming very interesting in Africa. Huna Watu over there in the Columbia River, gorgeous. She pronounces gorgeous, Wawa. Got to have gorgeous. If you're going to have anything in your life, sweet, sweet dear ones, live by the water. Okay? Live by the water. The best that you can. Even if you're in the middle of the city, try to live by the water. But, you know, the city water's dirty. So try to get close to the water somewhere and change your life. It'll change your life. Get in there and get by the water, right? Move to the Caribbean Sea. The islands. I just saw something yesterday with a variety of countries and islands that are making themselves more available. You can get a new passport. You can become citizens. You can have multi-citizenship in the world. Why not? Why not have several passports, 2 or 3 passports? Grenada, St. Lucius, the St. Nick's, I believe it's called. Malta are offering. There's some incredible offers there. Check it out. Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome, Wawa, to you. Hi, Huna. Welcome back. Welcome, Huna. Good to see you. Kaihoe. Welcome. Huna Matarana, Christy. And who else? It's got new names here. Any new names? That's it for now. I know. Okay. Yeah, I know we've advertised Huna Kahasahi to give us an oracle card reading. She's not here right now. Sure she will be. Just hang in there. We'll double check and see where she's at. She is in Hamburg, Germany. Otherwise, usually she's visiting me here. But she is in Hamburg, Germany. And so we'll just continue chatting along. Let me try to bring you up to speed on things. Something very interesting we just witnessed, and it just came through the transmissions. And I know I'm the only one. I was the only one saying this, okay? We telling you to get rid of your zodiacs. I was the only one telling you all to get rid of the Draconian astrology system. And I was telling you all for many years to get rid of the Draconian zodiac system. Seems we have a new person here. Tor Lindbergh, welcome. Welcome, Tor Lindbergh. Welcome from the solar storms. And so I want to let you know, because of our work with the Wataka, which is the Lemurian operating system that returns you to through the undoing of the Draconian and returns you to the light before confusion. Okay, the undistorted light systems, and which we operate, and we work with. I also share in the teachings that I have, and that replaces the zodiacs. And so we were just connected to somebody who's an astrologer, former astrologer. She is now saying that the zodiacs are evil, dark, demon symbols. She is saying that. I'm not sure how long she's been saying it. Okay. But I know that for the longest time, and even in the short term, for the last 8 years, I've been sharing about this. And I have been working with the coding systems for almost 40 years. Okay. So I know I have been bringing it forward, and now it seems those astrology people are getting the memo. They are getting the message. She may understand that they are of the dark Draconian codes in the zodiacs. She may not know what to share and what is the alternative. Well, I don't feel that she probably does. She will have to learn the Wataka system, which is Lemurian, unless she does have some of it. And you can, and at least if she's deciding to get rid of the zodiacs, that's half the battle. Okay, so that is happening now, sweet dear ones. It's a little update for you. A little update for you for the memo that's getting out there. People are starting to, is it wake up? That's okay. Waking up is good. The next thing you do is you get onto the systems, you return to the systems that we are aligned to. Okay. The systems we are aligned to. And so that was a good a good contact there. And that came through Huna Kahasa healing me. She's here right now. Let's add her to the stage. Hello. Okay. Yeah, too. Hello. You're on.
Hi, but we are just preparing, okay?
Okay.
You what?
We are still preparing. Okay.
Okay,
Just like you guys
okay.
were.
Well, we're on right now, so
What do you mean we're on?
I'm on.
Yeah, but
I'm
not
on.
live.
Yeah, I'm live on the show right now. Say
You're
hello.
kidding.
Say hi.
Dee-dee-dee.
You do know what the time is, right?
Yeah, it's early.
No, it's time for the show. As soon as you get ready, jump in. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
No, you're live right now.
Oh,
Hello,
shit.
Hi.
ladies and gentlemen. Huna Kahasahi. Oh, see.
Oh, peace out.
She'll be
I'm not
right
doing
back.
this. I have not done my face.
She'll be right back. The energies in Hamburg, I guess, lately in Germany have been crazy.
Yes.
It's another little update with you. Huna, he's saying very bad connection with live stream interruptions all the time. How's it with me? It's very good with us over here. I'm sorry to say.
It doesn't seem to be
clear.
geographical because.
Hello, Marsha.
I don't know what's going on.
Welcome to you in Kansas. We are ready when you are. No problem. I'm ready. I'm here. Hello. You guys can see us or what? I hope you can. We're on.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very interesting dialogue happening.
Yeah.
Someone is saying, we are ready when you are. No problem. Hello, we are on the show. And then Rowdy Wood is saying, it's time for the show. So you're following from YouTube. That's okay. You can also follow from Facebook if you don't like YouTube. All good so far. 5x5 for everyone else so far. You go to my Facebook, Mauta. And here we go. The Lemurian Oracle is coming in. Okay. Okie dokie. Are you there? Unakahasahi. Hello, Kathy. There's a couple of new names here, so I might as well say hello while Huna's getting ready. Huh?
It's Marcia saying we can see and hear very well was referring to Kahasahi in Hamburg, who sent a pick off card. Bless. There she is.
There she is.
She's muted, but we see your beautiful face.
Let me unmute.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you. I was just, seeing the link, and then I thought, because I thought we were going on in 45 minutes. So there was a misunderstanding.
There was a time change. There was a time change in Europe. So there's an hour. It was an hour change today. Yeah. That explains it.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. So I'm just
Someone
trying to
is,
get the camera. So sorry, guys. Usually I'm not this unprofessional, but
we are happy to welcome the beautiful and wonderful and luminous Huna Kahasahi and all her glory in all her ways. And we're so grateful. Now they are reporting
all my ways of chaos.
They are reporting that Facebook is clearer. So if you want to go to Facebook, sweet dear ones, it might be better.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave the light like this.
That's good. Yeah. We were just catching up to speed on things. We've got a couple of new names. Marsha McCarthy, I don't know. So, and also, I'm not sure about Rowdy Wood. I think maybe been on before. Anyway, okay, glad you made it. You know, we were just talking about how, and I feel that the memo is going out now. The people are getting the memo, in particular the astrologists, right?
Oh,
if
yes.
we've got one astrologist beginning to turn, then we will begin to turn the other astrologists to get rid of the zodiac. Now, could you share?
Sent you.
Yeah, could you just share with what you sent us, and chat a little bit about that?
I was coming across a video today, just like a couple of bunch of minutes ago, where a former astrologist, where she talked about that she now knows that the zodiacs are actually attached to demon entities, or that when you link into the zodiac system, that you're actually feeding a being that is behind it. So that's why it's your birth, or the sign you're assigned to it. But it was just interesting because it was the first time that I heard someone speaking about the zodiacs in the way that we kind of understand them, or you know, the system that is behind it and how it got distorted. Because I'm sure that the zodiacs at one point were of good service, otherwise they wouldn't have been created. So it just became something that it was not initially intended to be, I think. Because in preparation, I got all of my cards out, and the first ever card deck that I owned was small, very simple card deck that is an astrology card deck that I found on the streets of Hamburg. And this card deck today was like, hey, can I please come in and play? Can I please come into the mix? So it's funny that you start the conversation with this thing, because today, I don't know why, but I just said, okay, I'm going to put you there. Maybe there's going to be a moment where you want to share something.
That's great. Yeah. Now, see, in Conception Benson there, this is the first time hearing this about zodiac. Very interesting. Yes, it is Conception. What this astrologist is saying, that it's absolutely, she's starting to see the light. Right now, I was in conferences years ago in Tucson with some of the top solar physicists in the world, and this is Dr. Robitaille, Marie Robitaille, who is the top physicist, solar physicist, and he said back then, throw away the astrology and all of it; it's all incorrect, because the alignments to the sun are not what they are saying it is, and he as a scientist, you know, he proved what the sun and the planets were doing. Now, the astrologists all went crazy and they got mad at him and everything, but they didn't stop what they were doing. They were still spreading their lies. Now, I have said for years for the tarot card readers and astrologists and card readers to get out of the zodiacs. For years, I've been, poking them and picking at them. Say, stop doing this. You got to start getting rid of this and return back to the before confusion. Now, the beings or the energies behind those zodiacs are it's about fear. The zodiacs create fear. They create want. They create desire. They create the wounding. They continue the wounding. They they push out endless amounts of lower vibration human needs, and the need for and the returning to, and the retrograding, downgrading, return grading, up and down grading, right? Retrograding is kind of an up and down. It's an up and down freaking roller coaster. That's causing confusion, and that's at the basis of fear. When you are confused, you go to fear. That's what it's about, and that's what I've said for years. Now we've got to go before confusion is also the thing, is what I say is the alternate to it is to return to before confusion. How do you do that? We can demonstrate. We can demonstrate some of that here. We'll talk about it. We also have the birth chart readings in Lemurian. The Lemurian birth chart readings are incredible. That's in a small way where you can begin to return to it. Okay, you can begin to drop out of the Draconian matrix and return to the Lemurian matrix, the matrix before confusion. Sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Okay, I've got a lot of teachings, a lot of sharings on this in the Dragon Masters. We have Huna Tamaki with the Quantum Navigator.earth to get your Lemurian birth chart reading. It'll remove the zodiacs and you will have somewhere to go. And then also Huna Kaha with her Lemurian Oracle readings to help support your spiritual journey and the stories behind it and removing and undoing. It's all about the undoing, sweet dear ones.
Yes,
It's
and then
all
also
about the undoing.
I mean, that's also something that I came across a lot lately, that people start actually using those terms of, okay, we got to unlearn what we know. I mean, that's been in the field for years, but it's coming up more frequently, and people are really tapping into that frequency and that that vibration of undoing things, unlearning things, reverse engineering. And then it's also, you know, still a discovery. By undoing things and by taking them apart, we discover where the confusion was created. It's literally almost like, you know, I'm a seamstress, or I studied design, and I do a lot of sewing and knitting and stuff. And
Incredible.
usually I just run right in and do the things, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, something went wrong there, so I gotta undo the things. And while I'm undoing it, I realize, you know, where things went wrong, especially when I do knit. And so it's really interesting, because that is something that we are doing, and while we're undoing, we are learning a new way, and we're rediscovering. So for example, with the moon cycle, because people are also, you know, being suspicious about what is it with the moon cycle. So there's still some things for us to discover, and some things to remember, and that in the ancient ways. So with everything that is in the Wataka, it is assisting us to truly find our way back to these ancient ways and these ancient teachings.
Sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, Wataka is the operating system of Lemuria 5. We are in the age of Lemuria 5. We are not in the age of Aquarius. Undo that and throw that away, okay? Toss it with the zodiacs. Toss it out. You are not in the age of Aquarius. You are in the age of Lemuria 5. You have advanced. The age of Aquarius is downgrading. Meaning you are still in the alignment with Gaia. Gaia is no longer where she is. Gaia has ascended, and there is a way to speak it, and it is not spoken as Gaia. It is not spoken as the age of Aquarius. That is the Aquarian age, and all of that is part of the zodiacs. Do you not understand me? So that's why I'm saying it to you. I'll say it straight to your face. And anybody else who is going to listen to this video, you are not in. If you are in the age of Aquarian, you are with the zodiacs, and you are stuck in the Draconian matrix. But when you start to advance into the Wataka, the Lemurian operating system, you are moving into the light before distortion and the knowledge and wisdom before confusion. Okay, that's the mirror. That's the Wataka. This is the system that will undo. Now we have a lot of wisdom and knowledge and tools here to share with all of that, with these wonderful Hunas right here. If you are hearing this for the first time and it's kind of freaking you out, well, I'm glad you're here, because this is about you activating, and this is about us triggering and activating you. Not telling you what to do. Just listen. You can hear it and you can feel it. Yeah, a conception wants to know about the Lemurian birth chart. There are readings. If you have a question, now this is Huna Flash TV live and interactive. If you have a question, I'm going to challenge you to come on to the stream. We'll give you the link. You have to show your face. And what Lemuria 5, the ascension is about revealing and seeing each other. We want to see you. Okay. So if you have a question, a conception, you have a couple of questions. Why don't you come on? Huna Tamaki will send you the link. Please
It is
carry
in the
on.
chat. Something that I want to add as well, and I do speak to this when I do the readings, because everybody is in slightly different spaces of awareness with the original, with what they call the original astrology. In relation to the Lemurian, they say as above, so below. And what we have in the Lemurian is we have star constellations. The star constellations are not a lie, but they are not Lemurian birth signs in the Lemurian system. The way we speak to that is the land is the birth signs. So, Turtle Island, for instance, where Mauta and I are located currently, it is North America, but it is also one of the 12 birth signs. That is the below. It's shown to you, the saying here, it's like all the answers to the final test, and it's right there. What happens with the zodiac is, yes, they do speak to constellations, they do speak to the animals that are in the Lemurian star constellations, but they mixed them up. They made some hybrids, they cut the bodies up, they threw everything into a blender, and they say your birth signs are above you. They say nothing about what's under your feet. And there's multiple inversions that I find as I'm studying this, because I've been studying this for a few years now, multiple inversions within inversions and what they did with the zodiac system, and now we're undoing it all.
Excellent.
And
Yes.
the
Go ahead.
beautiful thing is also in this, on this journey, as these ancient things are being discovered, the confirmations and the feeling to it is truly an never-ending gifting of feeling alive. I mean, just today I had I felt like, oh, I got to sit and do this gesture that you showed us, Mota.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
because I was sitting a lot with this Maquis frequency, so we know it, or it's mainly known as the yin yang, but that is of course connected to specific cultures. So if you go beyond that, it is the teachings of the Maquis, and the ya-yo frequencies are aligned to that action. So I was sitting with that, and I remember that, I was doing it like this, so I had the hands together, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I got to put some space into there. And all of a sudden I could feel the space in between the energies of the hands. And at the end, I could feel like my arms, it felt like my arms became weightless. And it was so interesting, because I was like, oh, this almost feels like flying. And it was so interesting, the feeling that it gives you in your body when you connect to ancient truth is always uplifting. It is always vivid, life-giving, nurturing, exciting, in a way of that it brings you this feeling of being alive. And
these
when
are the
you
gifts
tap
that keep
into
on gifting.
and when you tap
on
into
gifting,
the
that's how
zodiacs
you
or
know.
something, if you tap into the zodiacs, for me, it doesn't feel like something that is giving me life. So
Yeah. And when I do my chart readings, I feel so buzzed afterwards. And I've had multiple people who have studied or at least know of the zodiac say that they never fully resonated with them. And I had one Huna. She did her reading with me, and she was born in November. November is right around the corner. This is the month of the butterfly. For those of you November babies out there, you are Kahuku as your birth sign. And in the zodiac, they were telling this Huna that she's Scorpio. So if she was talking to somebody for the first time and she says, oh, I'm a Scorpio, they immediately don't like her. But I already met her in person. This is not her energy at all. She is a very sweet, very kind, and very loving woman that is it is not equivalent to what people feel about the Scorpio, but they have these preconceived notions based off of what has been shared.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Scorpio also, how we connected to it, like in this summer was totally different.
Oh my
So,
God.
like, if you just connect to the being itself, and if you look at it, and if you appreciate it, and just learn from it and look at it, you will see that there's no confusion there, or it's not an evil being or an evil entity. That's just perception put upon it. So yeah.
So,
So on
yes,
the topic of
Huna,
dark,
if you, sweet dear ones, if you want to ask a question, please there's the link right there. Got to come on and show yourself. I'd love to see what you look like. and be the revealing. Now, we started with this. Oh, gee, I got a message. I think this is Amazon.
or do you need
Hang
me
on
to
a
go
second.
outside?
Let's just see. Hello. Yes. I'm busy. I'm in a meeting.
Do you need me to go do it?
Can you run? Can you run down?
I got you.
Okay. Someone is coming down. Okay. Okay. Someone's coming down to get it. Okay. Thank you. Right there.
This
The
is the
Amazon
Huna
guy, he
Flash
knows
TV
my name.
show of the phone calls.
I had a feeling that Amazon was going to call in the middle of the show, sweet dear ones. Funny enough, he knows my name. Getting used to that. Huna Tamake.
So you wanted to look at the double-headed snake or two-headed snake?
Okay, yeah. So the last few nights again, some things have been just coming across my radar. And so the theme for today was the two-headed snake of Atlantis. Why am I saying Atlantis? Now, somebody was asking, and they sent me a message through Instagram, says, I heard what you were saying about the stargates. Can you tell me where the stargates are? I'm not going to tell you where all the stargates are, because they are protected and they are guarded. Unless you become a Huna and you get sealed and you become part of the Stargate maintenance team, sweet dear ones, and if anybody's listening, I will share that information with you, because these stargates are not what you know about Sirius and all of that. These stargates are far higher into the 48th dimension, they are connected to our 48 strand DNA. Okay, I've already been working with them, and on the land, I know where they are on the land, on the planet. I know where all 12 birth signs are. And on each of the 12 birth signs, there are stargates that are aligned to what we are talking about, our highest DNA connections. So, having said that, there are places and portals and places around the world that are dark portals, old stargates that have been stressed and used and distorted. Thank you. And distorted and used in nefarious ways, flipped and inverted. And so a lot of people have been working with and undoing those and clearing those. That you must, and then of course they need to be done. So when we're talking about the two-headed snake of Atlantis, there is a portal channel, and it is an access to the underworld. Okay, this is the Dark Tunnel mission. We have been on Dark Tunnel missions. The first time Kaha and I met was during the time of the Dark Tunnel mission in Rotterdam. Okay, in I forget the name of the place in Rotterdam. Now,
Brielle?
Huh?
In Brielle?
Brielle. Yes, the home of William Orange. Right now, we know that there's a lot more to do, and we can say fun. There's a lot more fun things to do. And so we have another mission coming up, and I'm aligning it up. It is the two-headed snake of Atlantis. which is a portal, and at each end of the portal there's a snake head, about a two-headed snake. One head of the snake is in the Netherlands, in the 1,000 points of light, which is Amsterdam, which is the Masons, where the Masons are set up. And the other head of the snake is in Azores. Yes, that's right, Azores. Now, I'm sharing this with you. And I don't mind sharing this with you. These are dark portals. And if you like to work in the dark to bring the light into it, this is a lot more than this. Is very challenging, okay? So if you want to go get these places and check it out, I can't tell you what you're going to find there. I can only tell you these things respond to, let me say, certain intelligence. These portals respond to a certain level of vibration that is beyond them. Okay, they don't respond to the vibrations of the same. These tunnels are asking these dark energies and dark, believe it or not, funny enough, believe it or not, the dark beings, there are dark beings that are asking to be helped. This happened before with myself. And the last dark mission, before I put the team together and we went, the beings in the dark tunnel places who were accessing from the underworld had said to me, what will it be like? They had came to me and asked me. I'm not a dark demon person, as you know. But when the beings are starting to ask, okay, what is this like? What is it about? I have to show them what it is about. So they will come to me. I am trusted that I will not eat them. And I want to say, okay, we're just going to hold you. We're not going to eat you. But you've got just a short time to do this. And so some of the dark beings wanting help to come home. Exactly. Now, that's kind of what this is about. And if you're not ready to hold the dark demon beings and show them how more powerful than them that you are with the light, don't even try this. Right? You will get raptured and pulled apart to pieces if you're not ready, and you won't come back from it unless you are very strong-minded here and in the heart. And I'm not kidding. This is not about lifting, bench pressing all kinds of weight and being the most healthiest, fittest yoga body you have. It has nothing to do with this kind of stuff. You have to be strong here. Here you must be able to present the light in a very powerful way by holding the dark. And that's the only way you will learn to get better and get stronger. Maybe even remember. Because it's so. I'm going to share this. I'm sharing this with you. If you have the desire that you want to go to the 1,000 points of light, this mission has to take place simultaneously. Both heads of the snake have to be addressed at the same time. We do not do one and then do the other consecutively. We do them both simultaneously, have to be done at the same time. And the coding that is used, the type of programming that we work with in the Wataka system is the thing to do, is what we work with. Is what we work with. And so in order to understand all that, you have to come to the House of Huna, to any of the Hunas to talk about it, and certainly become a dragon master to understand what these are and build your capacities. You cannot do these things just because you think you can do them. You're not practiced at it. You're not versed at it. You have no idea what this is. Okay? So that's why we're sharing. So I'm sharing these things. If you feel like you got an ego bigger than the planet, then you go ahead and give it a try. You will learn some lesson from it, I guarantee you. But you won't even know where to begin. All right. So we're sharing some of this with you today. How lucky are you? Whoever's listening and whoever's going to see this video later, how lucky are you? We're willing to share these things. Yeah, we're often blamed and shamed and called down and called out and told I'm fake, told I'm false. How lucky are you to be learning some of these things right now? And I continue to share, no matter what people say about me and saying what they do, what's this, what's that. We are watching the memos going out, and we are watching people starting to turn down, starting to awaken. I have another number for you before we can reveal a card. there is only roughly just over 3 billion real humans on this planet. I'm going to say it right here. There are only roughly little over 3 billion true root humans on the planet from this earth. And even when you were born into it, you were born into the true humanity. That includes you. That includes you. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. Because there was a memo that went out by Gaia, from Gaia, just before she ascended. She was going to lose 3 billion off the planet, 4 billion off the planet, and keep 3 billion. That is being confirmed now with the nonsense that's taken place. Now, I just wanted to put that out there, because those of you who are watching this, who are here now, and I'm grateful, and for Huna Kahasahi and Tamaake and all of you that are here. How lucky you are, because you are part of that the humanity. Because you are listening to this. This is the stuff that is the undoing of the nonsense. So by you listening to this, you're beginning to undo the things just by hearing what we are saying. So I know that you are here. You are of the authentic. And if you want to, and if I am wrong and somebody wants to prove me wrong, you can go off and get yourself into trouble. That's all up to you. Okay? So this information, the two-headed snake of Atlantis. Why am I saying Atlantis? Well, because it's when this nonsense started happening, okay? Nonsense started happening. Some idiosyncrasies started happening. Now, Netherlands and Azores. I think you guys know where that is, yeah? So before we ask Huna Kahasahi, the beautiful Huna Kahasahi, for a drawing of the card, in whichever deck she would like to pull from, what would be a question? And it has to be pertaining to this two-headed snake of Atlantis. If any of you out there have a question, please, you have to come on and ask that question to get an answer. Ask the question to get an answer. Huh? Or we can just kind of figure it out and say, hey, I can start us off with one question. Or maybe
I just wanted to suggest that, because you were suggesting that we do a reading for particularly this topic. So there must have been something on your mind or in your feelings.
Oh, there's been lots on my mind and in my feelings in the past 40 years, but in this past 30 days, 33 days, this past 28 days, as we are now ending the Kirihimotu, coming out of the Kirihimotu, out of the birth sign of Lemuria for the land right now. What's today, the 29th? Oh, we're in the middle between the next birth sign. 28 days on each month, sweet dear ones, and we are between the 2 months now. It puts us in the energy field of the Ma'ita, the omnipresent. So we are in the energy of the omnipresent right now, until the first day of the next Motu, the next Lemurian birth sign. So the first question for the oracle, and I don't want to make this so really difficult to get to, but the question is, simple. Here's the easier question. Am I correct? The two-headed snake, is it one end in the Netherlands and the other end in Azores? Is one end of the snake in the Netherlands and the other end in Azores? Let's just start there. Atamarie, Bella Superstar. Over to you in New Zealand there. Irina, welcome.
have, on one end, we have the first card that showed up was Tupo, which is interesting.
Can you show?
Which
You
means,
can't see the symbol
okay,
very
so
clearly.
it's just Tupo.
Okay. Tupo. Okay. Very good.
We have Tupo. We have Marama.
Mm.
We have Rehu in the center. And then we have Tou.
Tou.
And then we have Pa at the other end. So if we look at it, it feels like it is confirming that there is a channel between those two. And
yes.
So it almost feels like that. It feels like on one end, it is the part that is more in the dark, or that is like standing in the dark.
So tell them what Tupo is. Tell them what Tupo is.
Yeah,
tell them what God is.
Tupo is connected to the Venus evening star, which shares the knowledge and the knowing of to stand in the dark.
Standing in the dark.
So in this alignment, it shows us that there is a clear channel that energies are flowing through. So there's like, between those portals, there's an energetic flow. And it almost feels like that they created this channel in order to drain energy out of Pa. Pa is the frequency of home.
Yep.
And
that's
Pa
home.
is also...
Pa means home. Pa also means the kingdom of heaven.
And then also, which is just an interesting alignment today, because today on the 29th, Jupiter, which is also Pa, is standing next to the moon. And we also have Marama showing up, which is the frequency of the starlight of the moon. And we have a full moon, I think, today. So that is very interesting that we're doing these readings and it is showing up in this way. What I feel is that there is a specific energetic how do I explain it? But there are different stages, and it's energetic stages in this channel, and it feels like that they've, on one end, they are taking the energies in from home and pulling them into the dark. So in the way that we will do it, we will undo it, and we will bring it into the balance. And with having Rehu in the center, do you know what location is in the middle of that line?
That's in the middle?
No, yeah, it is in the middle. I have 5 cards out, and this is in the center of it.
That's the Stargate.
Yes.
Rehu, sweet dear ones, is the Dolphin Stargate. So it's an access point inside of the channel that we will be accessing. Okay, you carry on. I will. So what the answer to my question is? Was it in the Netherlands? Didn't say the actual name, but yes. Okay, yes, the channel.
In the way, you know, the cards are not only saying yes or no; they are actually showing or revealing a energetic flow, or they're actually also revealing intentions behind it. So I feel that with the Marama, there is a significance with the starlight of the moon that is connected to this. And I don't know why, but I was like also feeling with this Maquis energy and all the things that were coming through in the last weeks, that is no coincidence. So I think there is an alignment to the Marama, and also to truly remembering the ancient way of the moon cycle and the ancient ways of the feminine, sacred feminine, that is connected to the moon cycle,
which is the,
but in a different way. But in a different way that it's remembered at this moment, or that it is known now. There's more depth to the moon cycle than we actually remembered so far. And with Tohu, the Tohu is a frequency, also a star frequency that is pointing towards initiating towards something. So it is an initiating energy. It's one of the Pointer Sisters. I think it is Beta Centauri, Tohu, and it's pointing towards something. And in this case, it is. In this case, it is pointing towards Pa, which is Jupiter, which is Sky Mother. So there's something that is going to be integrated and let go of, I feel, because I remember that we spoke about this, I don't know when, but just recently, about the story of how Mother got captured, or Mother got like ripped away from the family, and not only Mother but actually everyone. So the family is just being like cut up, and they're trying to separate Mother from Father and from child, the child from the father and the mother, and all of that. So I think this is because it is not really about who is it, the feminine or is it the masculine, because in the end it is one union. It is about the family. It is about the sacred family that actually builds the Trinity. And
so we have a question. We have Mahariwa Ata here. She's got a question, and perhaps it's hopefully regarding this. So let's just bring her on for a question, okay?
Yes.
Hello, Huna.
Hi.
You're muted.
There we are. Better?
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, going through some of the undoing yesterday, of exactly what you're speaking about. You were talking about the movement of the energy, and yesterday I saw this Atlantean being. The trees were showing me this holographic, I guess, of nature, and they brought in the energy of the frog, literally coming up to the face. So it was face to face with the Atlantean energies. So when you spoke of To'u and you said Pointer Sisters, I heard the word jump, which brought me back to the energy of the frog. So I want to ask in a little bit of more detail, what is that jumping energy in that canal? Because that's going to be where that flow, they're trying to hit the flow at a certain point. And I'm supposed to ask where they're taking and jumping that energy. We're trying to keep
answer that, Asahi, would you like to answer it?
I mean, if you have the answer already ready, just share it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, then share it.
So To'u is the jump point. Okay, it's a jump point. Okay, and it's a jump point typically a jump point to the energies of the seat of light. But in this case, it's also a jump point to Big Mother, Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is Pa. It means home. In other words, like the Mother Earth is also Pa in a way. Jupiter is Pa energy that feeds the planet. So To'u is a jump point. It's very powerful. There's a very there's I forget the name of it in Lemurian, but there's the Australasian gate, and from To'u you jump and it goes through the Australasian gate through to, you can go to the Southern Cross Star of the child, the door of the child, which is the seat of light, which is Maita. You can jump to Maita. You can jump to all these different points from there. So yeah, it's a jump point. So from inside of that tunnel is a jump point, and that jump point's going to be, of course, coming out, jumping back to the energies of Pa, but also jump point to the Stargate of the Dolphin Stargate, bringing the energies back inside to the tunnel. I'll get more into that. But Kaha Sahi, do you have a reply for that jump point?
Yeah, I just also want to just share some of the understanding that I have of the Tohu and the Tau connection, because they are both at both like Alpha Centauri and Beta Centauri are both stars in the sky that actually point towards the Southern Cross. That's literally known knowledge. So that's why they're called the Pointer Sisters. And in our Lemurian way of understanding the stars, we always have twin stars. So we always have two parts working as one together. So the interesting thing is also that Tohu and Tau, what I discovered, is something that can be sometimes switching places. So if you look at the undoing and the counterclockwise rotation, you can either be at the beginning or the end. It is actually kind of sharing that it is both in the same and interchangeable. So it's happening simultaneously. So in the way of the jump, it is also pointing towards this initiating moment. That's why it's like they are very initiating energies. And in connection to the Dark Tunnel mission, and in the alignment to each person that would be there personally, I know from my personal experience that it was one of the most initiating moments in my life, that I actually went to a mission like that and learned or experienced energies in the way that I did there, and it's a very playful, beautiful energy.
So to connect the Motu or the birth sign now, with To'u being the jump point, the birth sign that's aligned to that jump point is the Toroa Motu, which is the albatross. So, and those who are listening, the birth sign for May, and May is the 12th month of the Lemurian operating system of the Wataka. The Stargate is To'u. The birth sign is the albatross, or the Toroa Motu, and Motu is the word we use that replaces zodiac. So we don't say zodiac, we say Motu. Okay, we'll share more on that later. You can learn more, but that is in alignment with these giant wings, right? The Motu, the birth sign, the giant wing, and its medicine, its assistance can help you jump. We'll be bringing all these energies inside of that tunnel, as you know. I could go all day, all day with that. What's going to happen in that tunnel, but that's perfect. And you experience that because it's also alignment to your birth sign, Toroa.
Yes.
To her, yeah, and she experienced all of that. So great question. And the frog being the family of the Tuatara, and the medicine of the frog is also where
also rabbit.
Yeah,
you remember that?
I was sharing
that from the Burning Mask
at Burning Mask in the Netherlands. Yeah, when we had Burning Mask in the Netherlands, I was talking about the ribbit, about the frog, because it was the town that we were in the Netherlands. In Hora, no, I forget.
I don't remember, but
like
it was
cheese,
just interesting.
where they make the cheese.
Yeah.
Anyway, great
where
question.
They make the cheese?
That
Huh? They did also give me a Stargate, but I'll reach out on that personally. Yeah. I feel like that's a little more personal to discuss. So
thank you so much.
I'll just send them. Yeah.
Great question. Let's
let's
allow the next question to come. But do you want to bring the next one, Kasahi? What do you got?
I just wanted to say, look, that animal came out too. So that's also of the Tuatara, and in the way that I understand the cobra, it's underlining this initiating, teaching energy. So the jump point can be something where you can learn a big lesson. Like if you allow yourself to jump into the unknown, that's like, it is frightening, but it is an initiating moment. It takes courage to be initiated. So
Huna Tamake wants to share something about the So why don't you jump in, Tamaki? But also Huna, he too mata. He shared the name of Rivik. Rivik. That was the name of the town in the Netherlands. That's
Yeah.
like Rivik, and I kept calling it a frog. Rivik. Go ahead, Tamaki.
It's actually more than one thing, but it's going to be fast. So we're talking about Rehu and we're talking about To'u. They actually sit across from each other.
Can't hear you very well.
Can you hear
Is
me better
everybody
now?
hearing okay?
Hold on. Let me go.
Okay, I just turned mine up a bit.
No, I can turn my mic up a little bit.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
So Rehu and To'u, they sit directly across from each other in the circle. Halfway between that is Tupul.
Yeah.
Right. So then when Mahariwa Atta then comes on here and talks about the Pointer Sisters, I'm thinking of the Matariki. Most people know them as the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters. We in the Lemurian and in the Maori call them the Matariki.
Matariki.
Where is the Matariki? Well, it's somewhere in the realm of Toroa in the system. Just want to throw that out there.
It's between so-called Aries and Taurus.
They say it's aligned to Taurus. I have to dig in a little bit more to see if I can find exactly where they sit. However, it's like end of Tuatara, maybe, but
you have
definitely
to take
Toroa.
it. You have to take it from the winter because Pleiades rises from the south to the north, starting in the first light, which is New Zealand, right? So from that position of where, then you can map it easier from there. And which is being prepared during the month of May, right? The 12th month, which is at the bottom. Huh?
It's really interesting, actually, the alignment that you pointed out with the stars. So in the way how the cards revealed the energetic flow is, it starts from the middle. So Tupo is the first frequency that is being shared. So that is actually in the center of this. It's coming up first, and then it goes to Rehu, and then it goes to To'u. So it's just interesting how the stars are sharing to us how the energy flows, And the interesting thing was also that before we went on the show today, the thought came into my mind that with this mission, we're going to have two ceremonies taking place, or two groups being active at the same time, same moment on both ends. But I was already feeling this needs to be connected somehow. So it almost feels like that there's maybe going to be a third location or a third moment where these two parts are going to be brought together, because the Rehu, the celebration frequency, the dolphin, the play is in the center of it. So maybe there's going to be something, one group is going to bring the energies from Pa, and the other group is going to bring the energies from Tupo. Just something to maybe dwell on and see if that is going to get confirmed
we'll
in the preparation for the ceremonies.
We'll get into the details of that later, because it still has to set up the Kaha, and the Kaha is the third piece. Okay, so the Kaha is always at the center of, and that is usually the third piece. And whatever we do within our protocols, right, the Kaha is at the center. So that's usually, if we are working Waho Wahi, then the Kaha is at the middle. If we are working Tonato Kewa, the Kaha is at the middle. So it's that, so the Stargate's at the center, right? We'll get more into the details on that. Thanks, Huna, Mahariwa Ata, and Tamake. I see Huna Kahioku just popped in there. You have a question? Does anybody have a question? If you have a question, I see that there's what's her name? Trance. There's a lot of conversations going on with Trance, and if you have a question, come on to the link and mute your YouTube on your way over. Just mute the volume of the YouTube. Is there another question? So if you have another question, come on in, join us. Just to help this along, let's just recap the card reading. Could you, if you could, can you recap that card reading there?
What do you mean with recap? What does recap mean?
Recap, just redo. Okay, just recap is just a summary of what you just drew.
Okay. So what's been shared so far with the cards is, yes, there's the locations are being confirmed in the way that the cards are revealing, and it is shared that there is actually an energetic mechanism being utilized within this tunnel that has different energetic stages it feels like to harvest energies from home, from Jupiter, from mother, from home, literally. So it's, you can align it to whatever story you want. In the end, it is the same, but I would just prefer to use the term home. So they are using, they are harvesting Lemurian undistorted frequencies out of the atmosphere, the water, the land, the water, the sky. It feels maybe even people. The interesting thing, or the question that I would have, or what I would like to investigate further, would be this Marama frequency. How is the starlight of the moon connected to this tunnel mission?
And we can draw the card. The next card we can draw to the question of that. Hello, Kamaroha, Huna Kamaroha. Good to see you.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Curly haired as usual.
Yes. I have had a name that has been stalking me for over a year. Began in meditation about a year ago. It came in as Tonopa. And I am hearing with your cards some of these same no, and then pa. So I'm picking up some of the stuff. I don't know what this messaging is about.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find out, is there some sort of ceremony that I maybe need to do for the actual physical town?
How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Confused. It was very odd because I thought that the name was completely made up. And
there is a town called Tonopa.
That's just what I was going to say. Right after I had that come through, because I thought it was a mistake. I thought it was made up. And I'm like, what is
Tonopa is
and again, within last week, at least 2 or 3 more times, here it comes again. And it's suddenly popping up in videos at me. And I was like,
Tonopa is in Nevada. It's in the desert.
I'm not going to a desert, but I'm thinking perhaps
it's something interesting. But let me share this. Tonopa is not far from the Valley of Fire, where I used to do a lot of ceremony. Yes. Okay, in the desert, I would do a lot of ceremony in the Valley of Fire. Tonopa is not far from there. Now it's on Indian land. Okay, it's on Native ancestry, which is the Anasazi. It's on Anasazi land. Okay, which is the native ancestors, also ancestors that are of the red colored rocks, the rocks that are red colored, like Petra, like Chaco Canyon, like Arizona, like Sedona, like all of that, right? Those are the red rocks of like the Navajo nations. So Tonopa is the civilizations that were created there long ago by a star family is the Anasazi. Tonopa is, again, with the sound, is of the origins of Lemuria. Very interesting that you are.
If you take those frequencies on their own, like if you have to, no, and pa, you have them aligned to your Kaha system, which is your chakra system, and also months and locations. So because it is aligned, the frequencies are aligned to your solar plexus.
Okay.
They are both aligned to the months of October and November. So that's currently this time frame that we're in right now.
Okay.
And also I had several readings before October that were already sharing that there's going to be challenging within this energetic center, which is about knowing yourself or your self-awareness. And I think it is maybe also sharing about integration of the pa, the frequency of home, into that knowing of thyself. That's what I get with this frequency, or that's what is being shared to me in the way when I go into it and read it. So Tonopa. If you feel called to it, you can just use that frequency and be of that frequency if you speak it or chant it in meditation, and you can have more revealed.
Huna, did you join the Dragon Masters yet?
Oh yes, I was sealed back in 21.
And you went through the course?
I went through the course. I have not come down to Mexico to do.
Okay. You should come to the Dragon Masters in intensive and graduate, because it's a practical in June next year. Like every June, you should come to that. You should graduate in the intensive, because it's a practical thing. There's stuff that you're going to get there that you will not get from the online course, but you will get over the weekend with me. Okay, because there are very physical things here, and you'll be ready for it. You'll be ready for it.
Yeah, I've already been doing ceremony. It's like spontaneously, I got some of the crystals and was intuitively doing the ceremony all the way around the farm before Halloween weekend, and it has been very calming, very anchoring. Which there is home. So, and I just saw Jupiter going star this morning. So
and also this symbol is of the solar plexus. So if you're in the Dragon Masters, you will have these symbols available to you. So maybe sit with it and just study it and see what the frequency is going to share to you. Because within that Tonopa, the memory that is trying to connect to you is stored for you. That treasure, that gift is inside of that frequency. So unpack it in the way that you feel called. Maybe you want to write it, maybe you want to paint it, whatever. You just do what you feel called to. That's what I feel I need to share right now to you.
Absolutely. And so to speaking of all the codes that you are with ceremony, the karakia, the continuum codes of the mahakawatahi, tawakahama, and everything is all designed to undo and also open and reactivate. Okay. The more you get to flow with your Huna, Kamaroha is very powerful. Huna, Kamaroha, it's very, if you speak Kamaroha, now I'm also saying to speak all the other Hunas that you can capacitate, because when you speak all the Hunas, you are speaking a very powerful medicine of the Lemurian system, because all the Hunas they are not names. Though you have your Huna, the Huna is medicine, very powerful light medicine. And when you speak all of the light together like that, like Huna Kamaroho Kahasaki, Mauta Kumarataki, Tamaake. If you say those things and so many, if you understand and you learn what the Hunas are, the Hunas have got to get together to learn the story of how they were sealed and how the Huna arrived. Because all of these codes, and it's a very important time right now, all of these are powerful light medicine codes within those sounds. Okay, so it's not just your name. It's the name of the eternal sound, light, frequency, land, water, sky, fire, everything. And to speak this language, to speak it, become fluid with this sound. Well, it's not really a language, it's energy, vibration, frequency. Become fluid with it. You're not praying, you're not on your knees, you're not begging. You are it. You are being it. You are speaking the it and not speaking about the thing. You're not talking about the thing or asking for the thing. You are the thing. When you speak that this way, you are speaking directly into it.
Yes. And also you will discover more how everything is connected to that frequency, and how that frequency is trying to share knowledge and wisdom to you. I had a similar thing with the frequency of the awa over the last months, that it's just been popping up in my mind, and all of a sudden I experience I experience that frequency and I receive the wisdom and the knowing of that frequency within my own experience. So that's what I mean with unpacking it. And if it's like showing up all the time, it wants to share something to you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Huna.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to welcome some more sweet dear ones that have just came in. Let me welcome Larry Williams. Aho. Ampa washte, Larry. Ampa washte. Danitara, ani. Ampa washte. And Huna, there's someone that's a new name, Multi-Spark 10. Kia ora, mauri ora. You're welcome for all these taonga. Very happy to share our knowledge and wisdom from home. Also, who else is here? Agni commentate. Aho, waho, Agni. Nice. There's some new names here. The numbers are creeping up. Great. Infinite Goddess. She lives in Las Vegas. Very good. Let us know where. I have a lot of family in Vegas, in the Polynesian Maori community. The island community in Vegas is all my family. So we have another one here, Victoria Okash. Much wow to you. Welcome. So yeah, and that was incredible. So to catch up on that, the two-headed snake of Atlantis, and the one end of the dark tunnel is in the Netherlands, in what they call the 1,000 points of light. And at the other end is in Azores, which there is dark access through the pyramids under the water. Okay. So we will do the mission at these two locations simultaneously. So there will be two teams. Absolutely. There will be two teams, two SEAL teams. Okay. SEAL Team 1 and SEAL Team 1. Two teams, SEAL Team 1 and SEAL Team 1. Okay. We don't differentiate from SEAL Team 1. And so we will have Hunas typically with something like this. The last dark mission we had what, 22 Hunas? Was it 22 or 21? 21 Hunas for the dark mission in Brielle. And then so this one here, if we are able to have 13 Hunas at one location and 13 at another, 26 at least, a team of 13, we will have a very powerful ceremony of the rings of fire from inside the rings of fire from inside of the tunnel, or in the locations. And so, okay, Agnes, you're in Lithuania. Nice to have you here, Vilnius, Lithuania. If anybody has a question, I think Huna Kaihoe, didn't you ask me the other day that you wanted something to say or you had something to share? Why don't you come on in here and give us a question for another card so we can draw another card?
I actually already picked some cards just as you were speaking.
Okay. Well, okay.
Just on the moonlight. So what is being revealed there? It got included there to cause confusion. So in the way it was distorted. So they distorted the moonlight, the starlight of the moon, in the way of how they told the story and how they not included the continuum of black and white, or shadow and light, into this full spectrum. And that's how they distorted it and confused the medicine of the moon.
Now we can't see the cards, so can you show the card?
Yeah, the phone shut off for the cards.
Kahioku, did you want to come on? Kahioku? Huna Kahioku, did you want to come and ask a question? So we just see bringing the card on.
Oh, sorry, my camera went. I'm just gonna fetch a cable.
Okay, just while you're doing that, let's just see here. I look back and see who's all here, and things are going by pretty quickly. It's always a wonderful sharing here. There's some comments.
In the haste of it all, I forgot to put on the cable.
Welcome, Gary. Welcome, Gary. No worries. YouTube has been kind of funky, so my Facebook page, Mauta Taki on Facebook, where you can also get the feed live.
Okay, I'm just going to share the cards like this for now. So,
Gary, why don't you come on and ask the question? Huh? Come on and ask the question so you can get an answer. I prefer that. Plus, to meet you. How's that sound? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All good. But I'm just going to share the cards like this. So the first one that I picked was this. It's the frequency of the sacral chakra. So there is distortion happening in the womb, or it is connected to the womb space or the creation space within the human system. And it is about the seat of light and how it got confused. So the original story of the moon was being confused, and they planted confusion in there. In what way exactly? The card that showed up for that was this rainbow bridge, and I just got like, okay, so they not integrated the story of the moon into the spectrum, and that's how the essence or the knowledge of that medicine got lost. So what we're doing, or this two-headed snake mission, is also gonna guarantee the restoring of the original tale of the moon and the starlight of the moon. That's what I feel, because at the end we reach this card. So if we come from actually this, that was the first card, to this. So that, if that doesn't look good, I don't know. So
yeah, that's absolutely feels good when you show it like that. So the result of the mission, which is okay, would have been answering the question, what is the result of the question? And the Marama, which with Marama Fitu, or the starlight of the moon, or the water planet, the water star of mother, is what I also say, which is the moon. Speaking of the moon, but the water star planet of the mother is an access point for we call it the door of the angel, that you will receive. So when the mission is completed, you will receive the coding of the true coding of Marama Fitu, the true coding of the starlight of the water star. You will retrieve the water star code, star water code, or the water star code from this mission. That we are, hopefully the memo is getting out there.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I feel it is connected to what I was telling before, that I was sitting today with this hand gesture, and I was like feeling into the space that got created between those, because I had the thought that probably the energy points in the body that are connected to the Maquis, so the dark and light continuum, are actually within our hands, which would make absolute sense if we go into the Poata. So I was sitting in that gesture to confirm it. And it was interesting because once I created the space in between them, I could feel the charge, and I could feel into space, and I got uplifted. That was the feeling that I got. And for me, it feels like it is connected to the Marama. It is connected to the story that the starlight of the moon actually wants to share to us. That's
absolutely, that is the what is that? I'm not sure what. Okay, yeah. So the starlight frequency of Marama is an angelic code. Is the angelics codes, which would also help clear within the dark tunnel the energies and the stories of the fallen angelics. Now that's an energy that I'm taking to the Stargate of Archangel Michael when we go to it, because his frequency needs clearing. Okay, now.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it is connected to Amsterdam, to this 1,000 points of star of light.
1,000 points of light, yeah. Exactly.
And I mean, we all know that Amsterdam is a city that is where you can consume a lot of substances just freely, and you can get all of these substances out there. And now it's going to get a little bit freaky, but I think it was over a year ago, but it was after the first Dark Tunnel mission. I was working with another Huna, and we were having a conversation about archangels or angel entities. And she was like, asking me the question of, did you ever come across artificial archangel entities? And I'm like, no. But what I immediately got in my brain was drugs. And I was like, somehow drugs are connected to those artificial entities. And I feel that is also connected to this mission. When you speak about angelic frequencies, what are true angelic frequencies? What are those? And how can we be certain that the archangel frequencies have not also been distorted like the zodiacs, for example? So in a way, there is something that wants to be discovered here. And for some reason, it is connected to this city of Amsterdam.
This angelic star water of the Marama Fitu, though we receive this through the feeling of mother, the actual codes themselves are beyond just mother. They are the light of the child as well. So the question, Huna Katuama, why don't you come on and ask the question so everybody can see you, okay? It's a good question. Just come on and ask it before I answer it, okay? Conception, I don't know what your question, are you asking a question? The teachings that I'm sharing here are on our Dragon Masters. I have the School of Light, which includes our Dragon Masters teachings of all of this. Is the origin, the foundation currently of where it's coming out of. So you would begin there. You would begin with the seal. You can begin with becoming a Huna. Okay, you can begin there. Or you can begin with the course itself. There's a lot of information there. That's what you're hearing us speak about now. It's very advanced, okay, but it is like going back to kindergarten. It's very advanced, but it's like going back to kindergarten. All right, you have to
very playful.
It's very playful, absolutely, and it's incredible when in itself of what it can do. Just hearing and listening to the things. So I invite you to begin there. Thank you. Yeah, you can. The website, houseofhuna.earth, or you can go to hoh.earth. The links will be shared down there. And then, also for Katuama, if you're not coming on, then Huna, come to the mission. You're there. There she is. Speak of the Huna, and there is the Huna. Bonjour, Katuama.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Let me check the phone. Let's see.
It's all good. We can hear you.
Sounds good.
Okay, you can hear me good?
Very good.
Yes.
Very clear.
I cannot hear you very good. So let me see if I take the headset. It's better.
Yeah, you'll have to either listen through the stream and mute Facebook or mute YouTube. I don't know which one you're listening through. I can hear you real clear though. There's no echo.
Okay, that's much better. I have the headset now.
Okay. Okay.
No, she's gone.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be wonderful, Concepcion. Join up. And so the energies of these angelic codes, you know, as you know, I've been sharing a lot about Archangel Michael over the years, and we have been running the undoing codes for Mary and Michael, the Michael Mary line. We've been running those for the past little while now. Okay, Katuama.
There you are again.
Yes, sorry about that.
Good. Yeah, so you're in Belgium, yeah?
Right now I'm in France, northern
Oh, you're back.
France. Yes. And I will go to the Netherlands tomorrow, in fact. Yes.
So the mission for the two-headed snake of Atlantis would be great to have you up there in the Netherlands with the team.
Yes, I feel it. Yeah.
We'll gather up some of the Hunas that can be there, the ones from the Netherlands, the House of Huna in the Netherlands, some of those that are there. It's been a couple of years for them because, you know, these missions, they're so powerful. You do one, that's enough for a while, you know. You do one of these guys and it's a lot. It's so just undoing a lot of things, and it takes a while to integrate. And then we'll have another team to go to Azores. David Mahoney Huna Mareka, he wants to come to Azores, so of course he would. There's a touch of echo on my voice there. I'm not sure somebody's listening to YouTube. Is YouTube on? Not mine. Anyway, it's okay. And yes, Huna Hirimata and Hitumata, brother and sister, will definitely be on the. That's Thomas and Chandani. They will definitely be on the team for the Netherlands. We will lock down the location, which will be in the location by near 1,000 points of light. We will find the access point there, but within the circle around Amsterdam. Okay, around Amsterdam. And Azores will be. Now, did you have another question? You had a question. What was the question? Sorry, I'm rambling on.
Yes. My question was talking about the light of the moon and the connection with physically for women with a womb. How to protect our energy, because I have had the experiences when I work in ceremony with the moon, and my awareness goes much higher because I'm traveling, and it's kind of give me a feeling of being unprotected in the womb. And I have experienced attack in those moments where I'm doing ceremonies. So I was wondering if there is a way. I mean, I always know how to clear it in the end and so on and fix it, but it's painful, you know, that you're doing this light work in ceremony, and while you're doing this beautiful work, you're also being attacked in your feminine parts.
Well,
okay, Kahasahi, why don't you pull a card?
I can pull a card, yes.
I also have another suggestion after that, but let's pull a Lemurian Oracle. Now, Katuama, our cards come directly from the Wataka. They come directly from the Hunascope. They're not from tarot cards, and, you know, we work with inside of the Wataka.
So what it is sharing right now, and it is actually the cards that are coming up are continuing a thought that I already had. It's sharing Kaha, the frequency of Kaha, which means brotherhood and sisterhood. Then it's sharing Po, which means pillar. And then it is sharing Po Namu, which is sharing the pillars of creation or the pillar of creation. It is underlining protection from what? What is attacking you? Yourself? Are you attacking yourself? Because in the end, why do we think that we need protection? What do we want to protect us from? You know, if we actually allow everything in, yes, it can be a challenge to hold frequencies and to stay connected and stay in the knowing of that all is Huna, all is in the end coming from the same source. So probably with this thinking of, oh, I'm being attacked, you're actually feeding into this cycle. Because right now it is asking to integrate and to allow everything to be within the brotherhood and sisterhood, and to become one with the pillar of creation. But in the end, it is us becoming one with the pillar of creation again. So we have been separated and becoming one again. We are all on the same journey.
I will share on top of this. Okay. The pillar of creation or the pillar of earth, the pillar of the womb is the Ponamu. Are you wearing your greenstone, your jade?
Not today, actually.
When you go into ceremony, wear the jade because that is the original sound of Ponamu. It represents the earth. When you wear the jade from Lemuria, especially the jade from New Zealand, I'm going to say this, get the jade from New Zealand, not China or anywhere else, not Mayan either. Get it from New Zealand. That is Lemuria, and that pillar, that Ponamu is authentic. So Ponamu, when you get the Ponamu, it's going to assist. I don't know if you had it before. I know you used to have I think way back when you got sealed, so long ago now. Now, did you get access to Dragon Masters, the new upgrades?
No,
the new course?
you mean online, the online course?
Yeah.
Not the new one, no.
Because there are all codes that have come through as well now. I will share that with you. Let me check in with you. But that because you were in the ones earlier. So this one I'll enroll you in because you need that upgrade, because there are a whole new set of phrasing and codes. They're incredible to work with for the ceremonies you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're at the perfect time for these things to be received now, and that you're ready for it. I think you're ready for them because the Dragon Master codes are they're incredibly powerful. Okay, and so Ponamu, when she's talking about the Ponamu, this is the origin of Mu. This is where the civilizations of the word Mu comes from. Ponamu means the pillar of the earth and the civilization of mankind from first Lemuria, so long ago, hundreds of millions of years ago. So you're going to access that. Now there are codes there that will help you do the work within the light of the moon, work with Marama Fitu, work within the Marama. And as you hear it, as you're hearing it now, that is where you're standing in the light of Marama, which is connected into the channel, the channel of light, representing the pillar of earth, and that channel is that Ponamu is connected to the womb. Through that channel you will enter. Through that channel you will work.
And I also feel that this feeling of getting so far out that you feel like, oh, where am I now? I feel like this is unfamiliar. I think that is something that we want to remember. We want to remember to allow us to feel safe within that unsafety. It is becoming known or becoming comfortable in the unknown. That is what space or that womb space is about. And I think it is connected to this story of yeah, having the feeling or the longing for this protection. But in the end, it is something that we can allow ourselves. If we allow ourselves to say, okay, I'm always protected, I'm always only connecting to the things that I'm meant to connect to. And I mean, I know how difficult sometimes it can be after a ceremony or a mission. I've also been in spaces where I was like, what the heck is going on with me right now? But in the end, it always serves if you allow yourself to go with it.
Yes,
Yes.
and what I mean with the attack is like physically that people just because of the light have an impulse to just come and grab your energy when you are still in process of integration, for example.
Mm.
So it's even the reaction, the behavior of sometimes people around that, and I think it comes from a good place of being attracted to maybe the light frequency that we are downloading again. But at the same time, I want to know that I can come back fully in my body
So I think
before.
that sometimes, Huna, sometimes I'm thinking, and over the many years now, and I'm feeling it in all my travels and connections, that the upbringing in the Western world is so unfortunate. Those that are being brought up in the Western world and the European and modern European era is so unfortunate because you've been stung, you've been hit, you've been told this, you're so stuck in those things. Not you personally, just that is what has happened. Now, as we are speaking about the Wataka and about Lemuria, the Huna, you remember the Huna scope,
Yes,
and you remember the planets around. There
yes.
are 6 planets divided into divisions of 2, which is 12. Because they are twin stars, they operate one end to the other end simultaneously.
Mm.
Being limitless is being this one. You are the beginning and the end simultaneously.
Mm.
How do you see this? How do you feel this through the Hunoscope, these things I'm sharing? That being limitless and being all the ending and the beginning is to be with this twin energy that you have within you.
Mm.
Now, this is both Western and Eastern coming together. This is both North and South coming together. This is the wholeness becoming one. As as you do, there is a need to come to more missions with us. You need to come to the dark portals and the Stargate work because that's going to really activate you and bring you closer into a higher level of your capacities. It's a capacity thing that you're going through. You're just not used to. It takes a practice to go and do the things. You cannot just sit around and talk about it. There's certain things, and you are doing ceremonies. I'm not talking saying that you're not. What I'm saying is, this mission is going to be good for you. I'm saying that the Stargate missions that we work on, and the dark portals, and the cleansing, and the undoing of the ley lines, and the redoing, are really good for you. Especially, it'd be good to have all the Hunas on the team for sure. But this is a mind game thing that they've confused you with in the Western world, in France especially, especially France and the UK. I'm sorry, but yeah, they've been doing that. You know this, the Masonics, the Illuminati, that the 1,000 points of light in Amsterdam. That's all of what you've been hit by for so long. You know, how lucky are we all to be here right now?
Yes.
How lucky are we to be here right now? Yes, mind games. By the way, Trance, the difference between tarot is you don't even say tarot. Get rid of the T. It is taro. Taro means root. Okay. And ta is the first stone, which means crystal. Ro means infinite and eternal. Sorry, I had to see that because she had a question about tarot. It's not pronounced tarot, it's said taro, which means root. And you're going to return you to the roots. This is the same thing, Katuama, return you to your roots. Bring you back to the true roots. And Europe has been just kicked around so much. It's just ridiculous. I
But
go there a
I
lot, as you know, and I've been going there for years, as you know. Things my feet have been standing in. I'm like, geez, you guys, I feel
but what
sorry.
I also wanted to share to you, with when you go into ceremonies and you feel protected in the womb space. I mean, everything that Mota just shared with the two aspects being one, that is shared in the moon. So I feel that it's really there reminding us of what we truly are. So that's what we are. And in the way that I remembered the symbols for this moon procession, we have the symbols of the Ka and we have the symbols of the Ha that are within the sacred symbolism of the moon cycle. So if you connect to those, and if you start connecting to the yearning and the muki of, okay, I want to remember this ancient way, you will feel that there is a lot of harshness and a lot of thorns being removed. And it will work within you, it will work with your womb space. And I feel that maybe it's going to take a little bit more time because we are all connected. So we sometimes maybe clear things within our cycle that are not even ours. But for me, I can say, because I've been connecting with this for the past 9 months now, and I can say that these ancient ways that are just coming in a natural way to me are really comforting me within all of that. So there's something beyond it, you know?
Yes, yes, I know that. I just have
Yeah.
to let it land correctly.
Yeah, we got to go and do a mission together, Huna.
Yes.
Got to come to the dark portals of the underworld, and we clean them up, and then you get your badge and your certificate.
Great, thank you.
We'll pin it on your cheek.
Thank you for the question and the sharing.
No, it's a great question. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yes.
Because I know what you're capable of. I knew that's why you got sealed. The story. What was the story of your seal, Katuama?
The story of my seal. Well, I came to Belgium with two friends from France, and we got the three of us sealed. Yeah, it was the journey through the eye contact.
Yeah, but what was the meaning of your Huna? What did we share what it was?
Katuama. Katuama, the light. What was it again? Katuama is
The light that stands in the firstborn.
The first light. Katuama is
the first light that stands inside of the first birth. Was that it?
You see, I use it, but I don't know the English anymore.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Did we record it? No, we didn't. No, we did it in person.
Yeah, we did it in person. But I have it written down. I will have a look again.
When I look at it just right here, when I see it right here, and sorry?
Yeah. The one who stands for the first light on the behalf of all, or something like that.
Yes, the one who stands for the first light in the name of the firstborn. Ponamu.
Yes.
And it's interesting because this card, the Po and the Ponamu, has also been very active within this year. And I mean, I have a lot of cards, but it's just interesting because there will be a period of time where specific frequencies will show up continuously, and then all of a sudden something else is being shared. So there is something collectively going on with this as well, and also with the question that you had and with the experiences that you had, of course.
Yes, and of course also because like I'm also a craniosacral therapist, so I work with perinatal timelines of people and memories and so on. And so the mother principle also, but also the child and the little one. And so I'm holding many women, and I'm holding the sacrum and the belly of the woman and the crown. So I'm connected to many women, and there are so many stories around the womb, of course, collectively. So how much of it is it my story versus the collective story? You know?
Yes. You have to learn how to. You're learning how to carry them and hold them all, because all of those people you work with in the so-called healing. Remember, healing is a byproduct. It's expansion is the key, and the key to that is that you got to learn how to hold them all in the darkness until the light comes. Now, all of the students and all of the people and the clients you have, they have their darkness and their shadows. You have to hold all of that. You cannot proclaim who you are unless you're able to hold all of that. You have to, if you're going to say to say to somebody, I'm gonna do this, then you better well do it. And then you have to take it all. But remember, but as we go from here, you will be a channel, a pillar for the child of the first, the child of the firstborn, those who are of the firstborn, the Kaha. Those who are of the firstborn could be also those who are just awakening now and just beginning to realize, and they will come to the light. You just have to hang on. But we also need to go and do some work together.
Yes.
A little bit more excitement in your life. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's been a while, so let's go and do some. Let's go and do some good stuff, some strong stuff. Thank you so much. This has been an incredible day. It's good to see you, Huna. Thank you. It's the time now is it's 3:40 now. We're really zipping along here. Time is flying by. You know, it's all of a sudden Sunday again. Yeah, Unarata. I just want to address something that Agnes was saying. Agnes, you're from Lithuania. Now, you had said you had asked something. Ponamu, was it Ponamu? And you say that it means under the house in Lithuanian. Now I know the Lithuanian. No, I don't know it, but I know there are bits of it because I went to Tallinn. You know, I went to Tallinn, and I know that the language is very similar. There's bits of the Lithuanian language that is Lemurian. And that the funniest thing is when I was walking around Estonia, because I went to Estonia to do serum, I activated the Stargate in Estonia, and I saw the names of the roads and the things, and it had a lot of ta, had a lot of ro, and it had a lot of tata and a lot of wawa. And I was like, hey, so Lithuanian, Estonia, parts of Russian, bits and pieces of Lemuria are there. We want to remind you of that, and thank you for sharing that here. And you're replying with the taro, which is the roots. It's also a vegetable, which is a root vegetable that the islanders eat. We eat that. We make the poi out of it. Okay, so there's a lot to share, and those are small, basic things that Richard was referring to. Are we going so fast we forget to slow down and look at the small things so that we can remember? You're exactly right. Each to their capacity, Richard. Don't try me. I'm like a flash. That's why they call me Flash. So for me, I move this way, but for everybody to begin to walk again, until you can ride, run, and fly and move like a lightning. We want this. I want this. I want this for all of us. Do things in a flash of light, just like that. Bam! The true light. So, incredible readings there, Kaha.
Yes, and it's also interesting how it is all connected. You know, all the questions that come in. You know, it's all just revealing more information on all of this, and it seems like that this location is quite important. That's what I get. It is going to be a huge catalyst. It's going to be a big mission.
Your readings of the Lemurian Oracle. For some who don't know what that means, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, go to www.flc.earth. Book a reading with the beautiful Kaha, and go through what you went through and got a little bit of today, but there is so much more. The very powerful sharings within this, within the readings that she shares for you. Now, understand this: these cards are not from your typical tarot or draconian, astrological, draconian zodiac stuff. These cards, all the codes, all of the symbols, all the languaging, all of the knowledge and wisdom comes through the Wataka, comes through the Huna, comes through what she has been awakening to and remembering as well, and through the basic formulas of the Wataka operating system of Lemuria. These are truly Lemurian. They are not about Lemuria. They are Lemurian codes. It's not somebody just writing Lemurian cards. These are Lemurian codes. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just for you to understand or to share a little bit of how this was created. It was something for me that came through after my seal, and at first I had no idea what I was doing. And these cards and these frequencies are continuously growing, so I'm always integrating more of what I learn or what I hear or what I feel needs to be integrated, and it is a very organic process. So the cards that I read are constantly shifting and changing and revealing more in the alignments of the Wataka, but it is all based on the Wataka, so on the operating system, and it's just a beautiful process because I just jumped right into it, so that we have the jumping part again, and I had no clue. And while I was doing it, it was sharing. So I also learned a lot about how important it is that you trust into the process. And even though there were moments where I thought, like, what am I doing here? I don't know, a month later, all of a sudden it was revealed, and a whole new level in these card decks was shared to me. So just trust into the process and and go with what you feel. That is truly what I can say, and it's gonna gift so much. It's gonna gift so much.
Yes, and then the gift that keeps on gifting as you are. Thank you so much. I want to complete here today. At this time, thank you all, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Just stay tuned. I have a new app that's coming for our social media. It's called Social Eyes. I'll announce and share some of it soon. I'm still working on it. It's incredible. I want to get off Facebook, but only to actually, I'm not going to be posting anymore on Facebook very soon. I will only be leave the channel open for the lives to go through and for messaging that will send through, because I'm also not going to be messaging through anything to do with Facebook, and eventually Signal will all be being dissolved out, becoming solvent, and I'll only be messaging and connecting through socialize. Okay, it's a powerful, very clean, high vibration social media system that I'm developing. That's the only thing I'm going to work with after a while. I'll slowly get things moved out, but stay tuned for that. The House of Huna website is going through some upgrades, returning back to the abbreviation of HOH.earth, but now it has a whole new vibration. Check out all the connections and the links for the Hunas here on what we do. quantumnavigator.earth, flc.earth. You'll see it in the descriptions. So good to see all the Hunas and meet the new sweet dear ones that have come here today. Yes, your brain hurts. Well, this is nothing trance. This is just kindergarten. I'm only sharing kindergarten with you at this moment because Lemuria, it's so the gift that keeps gifting.
Yeah, but I can feel you. I'm like, my forehead is just being jabbed. So
We're going to expand.
It's just a lot that's been that has been shared in these 2 hours that we were online. It's a lot. So it's gonna unfold.
I do have a funny to share to close off with.
Okay.
If you want to know, guys, where all of this stuff is coming from, straight out of Lemuria. Dun-dum-ts. I'm here all week.
Are you gonna print shirts now?
I like that.
we can make these the shirts.
Yeah, there you go. Make the new shirt. They can be your first product, Tamaki, on your shelf. Your t-shirt. Straight out of the movie.
Very cool.
That's a good one. All right, sweet ones. Thank you so much. So grateful to the beautiful and illuminating Kaha, who is reminding.
Thank you all for your patience with me today, and sorry for the confusion.
And to Huna Tamaki for her excellence in tech and the new t-shirt, the new swag shop. Yep. Yeah, we'll see how we go for next Sunday. We'll let you all know, but we had such a good time here. Maybe we'll do more of these like this, isn't it? Because it's really dialing in now. It's really starting to dial in. And it's opening the opportunity of the questioning is becoming more things. The questions are now have somewhere to go to, proper place to be founded on. All right. Anyway, that's enough for me. We'll get out of here with our final words from our sponsors, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Hoa nui.
Bye.
Here's a gift for you. Bye. I'm out.
Go beyond the distorted codes of the Draconian matrix and get a Lemurian Oracle reading with Huna Kaha. For more information or to book your Oracle reading, go to www.flc.earth. For all of our expecting families, we have pre- and post-birth sound healing sessions with Huna Kahiwaha, available in person in Vancouver or anywhere online. Go to www.harmonizedfamilyroots.earth. Tetrahedrons and obelisks for your on-site ceremonies, handmade and coated with Kotahara crystal dust by Huna Hikahima. Shipping is available worldwide. Go to www.shiningstar.earth. For all of your high vibrational healthcare needs, visit Huna Kaparore at www.lightinaction.earth.